Hey everybody, welcome back to another few minutes with Mark here today on the YouTube channel, Be a Man. You know, I talk about being a man all the time, and many of you take it to heart and try. Many of you take it to heart and fail. And I want to talk to you today about being a man with one thing in mind. Do you live in a virtuous circle, or do you live in a vicious circle? And before we get started on that, please scroll down and like the video and send it out to people you know and love and care about that might do well to hear a Christian message from Christian men being men. And subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. So I'm talking to my son every day, and that's part of being a man. He brought something up to me that I brought up to him some time ago. He says, Dad, you know, you taught me a while back, and you living in a virtuous circle or you living in a vicious circle? And when you're in a vicious circle, many things are happening to you. Stuff's going haywire. It's disconnected, disjointed. Things aren't going your way. It's not coming up for you. And you might even be getting bit and hurt and feeling pain or anguish or sorrow. And these things become vicious, right? They just keep going and cycling and circling. And some people have been in a vicious circle in relationships. Some have been in vicious circles with a job. Some have been in vicious circles in their marriage. And one of the things I want to propose to you is you can't be virtuous when you're in a vicious circle, but you can be virtuous in your circle and survive a vicious circle. So it's the virtues: justice, prudence, temperance, perseverance, that give you the fortitude, the guts, that give you the compelling argument, if you will, to dig deep and find mercy, grace, and forgiveness, not only for yourself, but for the viciousness of the circle that you find yourself in. And it's with those virtues practiced that you survive it. And a non-survivor of a vicious circle is somebody that succumbs to the torment, the pain, the suffering, and begins to respond as a non-Christian man, abdicating their authority, shirking responsibilities, not putting their wife, for example, above all else, right under God, in vertical alignment, not teaching and role modeling properly, misbehaving or misappropriating monies on things that you shouldn't be spending it on. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a serious message, but let me tell you something. There's stuff going on in life all the time. We all face it. We all go through it. We all get it. But just kind of spend an afternoon or morning, whichever your nice meditation time is, works for you, or your contemplation time, and ask yourself, am I living my life in a vicious circle or a virtuous circle? And what that means is that if you're in the vicious cycle and you don't practice your virtues and you just succumb to it or become in bondage to it, your life's going to tailspin the wrong way. And you're going to be unhappy and miserable. When you're a Christian man, you're called to be virtuous. When you're a Christian man, you're called to be a leader. You're called to be a role model. You're called to be strong. You're called to be real. You're called to be not afraid. You're called to be a man. And in closing, I just want to hit you with a couple of points here. There's two fears over 40-some years that I have discovered that mostly reside in men. One is the fear of exposure, that people will come to know that you're not as great as you think you are. And the other one, and there's some interesting things that rotate around that. Are you the person you really are? Are you the person you want them to see? Are you the person you think they want you to be? What kind of exposure is it? That maybe you've been lying. Is it an exposure that you're, that'd be a phony? Is it an exposure that you're hiding something? Confession takes care of all that, by the way. That fear of exposure. It's a one-stop shop. It takes care of everything. And the other one is the fear of failure. Man, guys, I practice failure all the time. There are a lot of things I involve myself in and get involved in, have the opportunity to get involved in, and I fail a lot, but I always make that failure a success. I always turn my failure into forward momentum, to learn something, to grow, to gain something, and to turn it into some type of benefit. And thus the saying, through every seed of adversity, there's an equal or greater benefit. I hope this handful of minutes finds you well. Just wanted to share with you from my heart here today. It's a beautiful, awesome summer day, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm going to be heading out to the trout stream and catch some fish. So God bless you. Have a great day. Go and grow as an E5 leader. Never let anybody steal your dream, and be a man. God bless you.